Alright everyone, we are going to start our course with our first class, and obviously the first class is about introduction to Arduino. Now I am going to explain Arduino using this 3D model of Arduino, and thanks to this guy on sketchfab.com, a public website, he just made this 3D model of Arduino, and using this model I am going to explain each and every important part of this board and how it actually works. And before we start, let me give you a small disclaimer. English is not my native language, so you might feel I'm sticking on few words, I might be delivering few sentences wrong, but I will try to explain each and everything slowly, clear, step by step, in details and easiest possible way. So let's begin. This right here is your Arduino board, and we have discussed in our intro video that these pins are your input output pins, and you can take input and you can give output using these pins. Now how you can do that? You can program your Arduino using computer. You can send instructions from your computer to the Arduino using this port. This white port is actually a communication port. You can connect your Arduino using Arduino cable with your computer and send your code. Now when you upload your code, that code cannot be directly uploaded to the main controller IC of Arduino. So how it actually works, there is this little small IC right here. This is basically a communication IC, and there are different types of communication ICs in different clones of Arduino. Some are CH340, some are called TTL, and you might need this info later in future, so you can write these down. This might be the actually only lecture where you have to write few things, maybe you have to remember few things. These things will be useful in this course further on and in your future when you are using Arduino, obviously. So let's continue. This communication IC translates the message from your computer to this microcontroller board. After your code is uploaded and you power this Arduino on, it will start working as per your instructions. This is how actually the flow works. Now these are called input output pins, IO pins in short. So this right here is 0. Let me take in focus. This right here is 0, 1, 2, 3. These are actually digital pins. They are called digital pins. So pin number 0, pin number 1, pin number 2, 3, 4. Sometimes we call them D4, D5, D6 and till 13. So these 13 are digital input output pins. And this last one is ground. And then we have here 6 analog pins, A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. These are called analog pins. And then we have some power pins, V in, ground. These two pins are ground, then 5 volt, 3.3 volt. So what happens then? Let's suppose you program your computer to turn the pin number 9 on. So pin number 9 will start providing voltages, and these pins provide up to 5 volts. So you will start getting 5 volts from pin number 9. We are going to do that in our next lecture actually. And then what you have these power pins. So each and every component have its ground terminal. Whenever you attach any device, any module with Arduino, there is a ground pin. So that ground pin will be connected here, and these are analog pins. Now what is the simple difference between analog and digital pins? Digital pins actually works like high and low. You can either give them low means 0 volt, and high means 5 volt. But these analog pins works in between 0 and 5 volt. You can take 3 volt, you can take 4 volts, or you can even take input of analog values like 4 volt input, 3 volt input. So sometimes you have to use analog pins, sometimes you have to use digital pins. So, and one more thing, these right here 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, there is a small symbol right here. This symbol actually denotes PWM pins. 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 are actually PWM pins. Using PWM pins, we can adjust the width of our digital signal. Just don't get confused. We are going to use all that info later in our course. Right now you just have to understand this right here is Arduino board, and we can program it using computer after attaching that cable. One more thing here is this jack. This DC jack is used to provide input power to the Arduino. So I'm going to attach a short clip here, just like that. You can provide power to Arduino. And this IC right here, this one with 3 legs, this right here is a voltage regulator IC, a very important one. This regulates the voltages throughout the Arduino, because your Arduino actually works on 5 volt only. But you can provide 9 volts, you can provide 12 volts using this DC jack. So when you provide over voltages, this regulator IC regulates the voltage and provide the exact 5 volt to your controller IC. And you can provide up to 12 volts safely to the Arduino. And what else we have here? We have some capacitors, some indicating LEDs right here. We have some communication ports for Arduino shields, and we have a reset button. This right here is your complete Arduino, and there are different models of Arduino. This is the most common one, and you can start off with this one, Arduino UNO, but we have Arduino Nano right here above my screen. As you can see, this right here is Arduino Nano. We have Arduino Mega as well, and you don't have to worry about them. If you learn how to use Arduino UNO, all of them are same. You can use them in a similar pattern. The difference there is the processing speed, number of IO pins, and the board or package. So let's continue with our second class, and we are going to actually start working with Arduino directly online on Tinkercad.